Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Asagao Academy. We are now lost because Mai left us to talk to Mimi. Even though I thought we weren't cool with Mimi, but you know, whatever. As we turned the last corner down the stairwell, I saw a flash of red hair a little ways in front of me. Mai? I raced between the two girls and tapped her on the shoulder. Huh? Who are you? The girl's eyes flashed, almost like a trail of electricity shot through them. I'm sorry, I thought you were someone else. She said nothing and turned away before I knew it. I stood outside of Primrose House, watching a flow of girls disperse across the campus. Ma was nowhere to be seen, and I couldn't even hear her chirpy voice. Oh man. I took a deep breath, biting my lip. This wasn't a big deal, I could go to class alone. But I didn't know where the building was. I reached into my backpack and dragged out my class schedule. Homeroom. 206, Poppy Hall. Which one was Poppy Hall again? Weren't the classes on the other side of campus? I picked a direction and began a walk, trying to ignore my rising panic at the thought of arriving late to the first day of class. As a third year where no one knew me. All of the people staring.
Hey!
Hey, you okay? You look a little lost. Someone called out to me and I turned around, almost jumping for joy. When I froze, a Normal Boots jacket. He was part of the Normal Boots Club. I could practically feel my tongue swelling in my mouth. If this was a Normal Boots Club member, and isn't he the founder, or part of the founding, I had to make a good impression. He was one of the founders, right? Answered. Then he must be JonTron. Yes, I'm new. I don't know where Poppy Hall is. You a freshman? No problem. My class is in Poppy Hall. I'll lock you there.
Really?
Really? That would be wonderful. Thank you. Was this really happening? He began walking toward a large brick building in an enthusiastic manner, pumping his arms up and down like he was in some kind of show tune. I fell into step beside him. I didn't notice it when Mai pointed him out to me yesterday, but JonTron had big brown eyes and a warm-looking face. He was basically a human puppy. That's kind of weird. I glanced up at him out of the corner of my eye. A bird on his shoulder. Birds always made me uncomfortable. Something about the ease with which they could poke out someone's eyes. Is something wrong? Why'd you stop? No, nothing's wrong. He followed my gaze to the bird on his shoulder.
Hey!
Oh, this is Shock, I'm guessing. Isn't he cute? Nice to meet you. Oh my god, it talked. It spoke. Yeah. He put his hand into his shoulder. Shock's jumped into his palm. Shock is a robot bird, see? Oh wait, what? Hello. Shock's eyes gleamed a dangerous red when he spoke, but nothing else suggested he wasn't a normal bird. In fact, if I hadn't known better, I would have said the red in his eyes was painted on. That's amazing. Shox twitched his head to the side, examining me in return. The more he looked at me, the less afraid I was. What are you looking at?
What?
What? Nothing, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Shock can be a little sassy. Who are you calling sassy? I'm not a sassy one. I don't forget to feed you. Shock, that was one time. I was alone and starving in the frozen tundra of this empty world. Loveless. Afraid. Ignore him. I've been bringing him with me to the drama club and he's taken a little too well to it. I see how this is. Shut me out like I have nothing to add to the conversation. Shox took his place on John's shoulder, this time facing away from us, and as if miffed, we resumed our walk towards Poppy Hall. I'm JonTron, by the way. Call me John. Hana, nice to meet you. Hana. That's a cute name. What? Thank you. Why is she freaking out that everyone's calling her cute? Take it as a compliment, okay? Not everyone will call you cute so upfront. So, how long have you had Shox? Since middle school. We've been together for 4 years now. Ain't that right? I'm not listening. Yeah, well, I love him to death. I don't know what I'd do without him. It seemed like life would be a lot easier without him, but who was I to say? We arrived at the brick building. A white sign surrounded by poppies declared it to be, unsurprisingly, Poppy Hall. Which room are you in? Room 206.
Really?
Seriously? Yes. That's my homeroom. We're in the same class. John laughed and clasped me on the shoulder. Wonderful, I guess I'll be seeing more of you then, right?
Yeah.
Right. Together we entered Poppy Hall. He totally forgot that we were not freshmen. You know, Poppy Hall was lined with fluorescent lights and Asagao blue lockers. The lack of students milling around the hallway indicated we were a bit late. Well, jeez. I mean, we walked in with JonTron, so it's cool, right? Free pass. We ran up the stairs and made it to the classroom just as the bell rang. My heart caught in my throat. Thankfully, the teacher hadn't come yet. Instead, students clumped into their tight pods and milled around the classroom, catching up on vacation news.
John.
Thank you so much for showing me the class, John.
See you later.
No problem. I'll see you around. He waved and disappeared into the wriggling mass of students. Where's mine? We're gonna kick her butt. I glanced around the room looking for an empty seat.
Hana.
No, I'm not talking to you, Mai. No. Mai peeled herself out from between a cuddling couple. Was that JonTron? Were you just talking to JonTron? Yeah? Mai's eyes widened and I couldn't help feeling a little smug. I realized I didn't know the way to class after you and I got separated and he offered to walk me. Mai emitted a high pressurized squeal. JonTron walked you to class? Oh my gosh, you have to tell me everything. Can you tell me where you were at first? She grabbed me with her wrist and pulled me into an empty desk in the back corner of the room, right next to the window. I saved you a seat. I slid in and took off my backpack, hugging it on the side of my desk. I was a little bit worried the books inside were too heavy for the bag to handle, but so far it held up. Sorry, we got separated, by the way. It can get a little chaotic sometimes. So tell me what happened. What did he say? What did he smell like? What? Does he have a peach fuzz? Is it rough? Excuse me? Wait, what? These are very important questions I am asking. You need to answer them. Was his hair super silky or did it have the roughness of a dog's coat? We didn't even touch this guy. Why would it touch this guy? Before I could answer, a door to the front of the room slid open and a tall woman strolled in. The class went quiet and obediently slid into their seats. My heart beat furiously, blood rushing through my ears.
Class?
Oh, hello, lady. Miss Shizuka. Good morning, class. The teacher's melodious voice swam through the room, calming a buzzing high of students back from break. My shoulders relaxed and my fear ebbed away. I am your teacher, Shizuka Wakahisha. You may call me Miss Shizuka. The emphasis she placed on the word led me believing calling her Miss wasn't a mistake she would take lightly. Did she just got divorced? Some of you might have noticed that we have a new student this semester. A hail of murmurs passed through the class. Some people glanced at me. Nope, there was the fear again. Would you like to come up and introduce yourself? Excuse me, what? No? Can I just sit over here in my corner? I don't like talking. I nodded, stood and slowly walked to the front of the room, counting my steps to make sure I wouldn't fall. I faced the class, took a deep breath to introduce myself, and noticed a familiar face in the crowd. There was John, sitting with two other boys, wearing normal Boots Club jackets. One of the boys, the tallest one, was staring at me, the barest of frowns on his face. Something about him seemed really familiar. Wait, he was PPG, wasn't he? The other founder of the Normal Boots Club? Suddenly all the strength left my knees. What should I do? Why was he frowning? Was it possible that I already made a bad impression on him? You had to be kidding me. Why am I so... I'm so determined to be in this club, and I'm just freaking out every second of what they're gonna judge about me for. If he didn't like me, what did that mean about everyone else? Wouldn't they follow his lead? I swallowed. The faces of the class began to congeal, forming one giant blob. You moved from Amari Risu, right? I nodded and swallowed again. Then, like a beacon of light, I noticed Mai smiling, giving me a thumbs up. That's right. What would Mai do in this situation?
Yes, I've just moved here. My name is Hana Mizuno. I transferred from Amaririsu Public High School. I'm really excited to be here. I hope you'll all take good care of me from now on.
I bowed my head to the class and they clapped politely. When I looked up, PVG wasn't frowning, but he still seemed oddly confused. Maybe he always looked like that. Thank you. You may be seated. I returned to my seat, heaving a small sigh. The hardest part of the day was over. Shizuka began to talk about standard procedure for the semester, the rules for classes when homework was due, and that sort of thing. It was all very similar to my old school, and I spaced out in spite of myself. A brief flicker of movement caught my eye. PPG again. I glanced at him, and his head snapped back to the blackboard. What was his problem? Class continued on like that until finally the bell rang and it was time for lunch. Ugh. Mai stretched her arms over her head and yawned. Man, I hate the first day of class. It's always so boring. Weren't you looking forward to it this morning? Something about exciting things happening? Well, yeah, but I already did. You met JonTron, didn't you? Now I've got nothing left to look forward to. She sighed. And I was hoping to see Jared for class too. She slouched and fell across the front of my desk. It seemed like this would be happening a lot. Is Jared really that hot? Is it really, Mai? Mai's head snapped back up, her eyes flashing. What did you say? If you stare directly at him for too long, your nose will melt off. I've seen it happen.
What?
Anyways, let's head to lunch. I'm super hungry. Oh, I looked at my backpack. It held up well throughout the class, but I worried that if I didn't take some of my stuff out now, I might do some permanent damage to it. I can't exactly afford a new backpack. I need to put something in my locker first. But if we don't go now, we'll run out of sesame seed buns. Oh, that's okay. I'll just go on ahead. Come find me, okay? Alright. I was lucky to have someone like her as my roommate. Quick as I could, I went to my locker and emptied out some of the textbooks I didn't need. I smiled to myself. My introduction went well. Good thing Mai was there to give me that little boost of confidence, especially with PPG staring at me like that. Maybe I could ask her what was up with him when I met her at the cafeteria. It might just be the way he thought he was. Cheered, I headed for the cafeteria. I carried my melon bread through the minefield of people, searching for the now familiar sight of Mai's red hair. Where is she? I couldn't see her anywhere, and there were almost no empty seats. All around me, students circled each other, laughing and joking, sharing bites of food, and splitting the cost for sodas. Suddenly, I felt very obvious and very alone. Isn't there anywhere I could sit? Just then, I spotted a table at the front of the room. A lone boy sat at it, stabbing a spaghetti with the vigor of a Roman general. He was having a hard time with it. I moved closer to him, working up the courage to ask to sit with him. Well, no wonder he was eating his spaghetti with a spoon. Wait a second. This guy was in my class, wasn't he? I saw him that morning at the front of the room, and he was wearing a jacket just like the Normal Boots Club, but different. A gold and gray jacket with an 8-bit block on the front. Was he a member of another club, or maybe he was friends with them? Hey, what?
Hey!
Oh, Mai! Mai appeared between me and the boy who glanced up at us before returning to his spaghetti. Thank goodness I found you. I saved a table for you in the back. Oh! I looked at the boy and then back at Mai. Come on. She grabbed my shoulder rather forcefully and pushed me to the back of the room. Hey, what's wrong? You are so lucky I got here when I did. That kid is a brutal moose. His real name's Ian or Ein. Don't know which. He's from the Hidden Block Club. The Hidden Block Club? Yeah, the rival club of Normal Boots. He's really weird. I mean, she looked around her to make sure no one was listening in, but we were completely alone in our little corner of the cafeteria. He speaks in Comic Sans. Sans? Whoa! Yeah, it'd be... What? It'd be better to stay away from him, especially since we've already gotten to know some of the Normal Boots guys. What are you talking about? I only just met John today. Yeah, right. I saw the way PPG was staring at you. He totally likes you. Is that what you thought it was? Either Mai was blind or she had a serious case of wishful thinking. Oh, totally. It was so cute. Just like my favorite manga. Met in high school, fall in love, and then go off and fight aliens together. I don't think that's going to happen. Have some faith in yourself. That's totally what's gonna happen. So, now that you're good with PBG, can you introduce me to Jared? Oh, was that what she was getting at? A hot flash of doubt seized me. Was it possible that Mai only liked me because she thought I knew the normal Boots guys? That couldn't be the case though, she was so nice. Still, looking at her shining and eager face, I couldn't talk myself out of the idea. I actually thought PBG didn't like me.
What?
Why would you think that? He was glaring at me.
Well,
Man, you just don't understand. It's a love triangle. A love triangle. Wait, a triangle now? I can see it. Stars practically erupted from her eyes. PBG, I can't. But, Hana, I love you. But, my maidenhood. Where are you going with this? I slammed my fork onto the table. Mai looked pleased with herself. Okay, I'm just kidding. You're really cute when you blush. You almost match your hair. That's not fair at all. I beg to differ. Still, I searched my mind eager to change the subject. That was an impressive scenario. No, it wasn't. I just made it up on the spot. Mai laughed nervously. Oh, so that girl who was talking to me when we got separated. Mai told the story of her past friendship with this girl like they were internal arch nemesis. Apparently they had some bad blood. I nodded, choosing to take the time to relax. Before I knew it, we were finished eating. We got up and tossed our trays together as I headed towards the door, though Mai hesitated. Hey, I forgot something back at the dorm. Oh, need help? No, I'm totally okay. I'm just going to go get it. I'll see you later though, right? Okay, see you in class.
see you later.
Why is she being weird now? I waved and Mai sprinted off in the direction of their dorms. Alone again, I crossed my arms and headed back to the Poppy Hall. Large groups of 7 or 8 people were laying out in the sun, playing catch and eating lunch on the lawn. It looked like fun to have so many friends like that. I smiled. Maybe this new school really would be better than my last. Without students inside of it, Poppy Hall looked a bit like an abandoned hospital. My footsteps echoed as I climbed the stairs to the 4th floor. There was nothing to do. I didn't even have a book to read. I sighed. I should have brought it when I had the chance. I stepped into the classroom and saw a flash of movement by the window. A boy sat on the windowsill and he jerked up when I came in. Is that Shane? That's Shane, right? He was silhouetted by the afternoon sunshine, so I couldn't quite tell who he was. Hello, I'm sorry, did I bother you? The boy stood and shook his head, then crossed to a desk on the opposite side of the room. As he passed, I was able to see him clearly. Another Normal Boots jacket. This guy, he was Shane from the Normal Boots Club. How on earth did this keep happening to me? Shane sat down on his desk, fidgeting with his hands a little, then turned to look at me. You're the new girl. These guys are so bold. If it was me, I would just quickly run in the back and sit down. Because I may seem very open talking and speaking, but that's because I'm actually not talking to someone in front of me. So I can be as loud and goofy as I want. But in real life, I'm kind of like a total introvert. I'm very quiet. And I speak little words. So usually people in school will call me the one word girl. Because I would just be like, yeah, no, okay. I wouldn't speak a whole lot. I nodded. My name is Hana. It's nice to meet you. He nodded. Shane. Silence filled the space between us. Panic built up inside me. This was my chance to get in with the Normal Boots Club, and I was blowing it. Why do I want to be in this group so bad? I sat down at my desk, fiddling with my hands. There was nothing for it. I had to try to make conversation. Shane looked at me, unsmiling. You're part of the Normal Boots Club? Yes, I am. Why? He spoke as if it were a challenge, almost glaring at me. I just saw your jacket, so I trailed off. The jackets are really cool. Yes, they are.
Okay.
Okay. So once again, he seemed skeptical as if he expected me to crawl out of my skin and reveal myself to be a large amphibious reptile. I had to do something. Who knew when another chance like this would come? And this is where we are going to stop. You guys are probably gonna hate me, so but but you gotta still love me. I'm still doing this. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. It's quite interesting. I might like record so much of this because I'm quite obsessed right now. So thank you guys for watching. I will tell you who I am pursuing in the future. We might have already met him. Might have. You know, maybe I act. Who knows? I might pursue someone else because they might seem more interesting. But that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.